Hello and welcome back to SnowRunner on our hard mode series. We continue on. Well, we're going to start our login section. We've got quite a few login jobs to do here in Alaska. We have our Derry Longhorn already. We have a long log trailer on the back. Let's get things booted up. Lights on. I sat through the night. I think it's about 6 in the morning. We're gonna go from 6. Have an early start on this one. Now you may be able to tell from the voice. Once again, I am ill. I'm gonna try not to cough down your ear and stuff like that. I will try and find everything in editing and pull it all out. But bear with me. I don't know why I have the immune system of a 90-year-old, but I do. It's just how it is. Just constantly ill. I did say to the missus, it's typical. Things have been going well on the channel. The new channel is launched, so of course I will get ill and it'll slow everything down. That seems to be the way. We have no luck. No luck whatsoever. Now, going to be a bit naughty, and well, it's not naughty. It's a gameplay choice. We are going to pay for our logs, because both of the trucks that we have out in Alaska, we've only got the two that are sort of active. We do have the ANK, but that's only got the sideboard bed on it, and we do have a Lodestar out there, and obviously that can't do any logging or craning. So we are paying for logs because I don't want to have to bring through another tractor, because another truck. Because, well, they're called tractor units actually, so yeah, we can call it a tractor. I think it's going to cost us a fair few grand, and I think even if we pay for all the logs, it's probably not going to cost us that much. So, we've got one long logs. Yeah, 150, that's cheap as chips. Like I say, gameplay choice. Some maps will do all the loading of the logs. I just think at the minute, while I've not got the trucks here, and I'm still trying to build up a little bit of that finance, we will pay the small amounts. So, long logs. We can go out, back in, and down. We can go down, around and out. Or we can just try and turn right and tackle this way. This is not fun. It really isn't. We'll give it a go. We need to do two deliveries along logs as well. This is going to be a slow one, grinding through the mud today. So we'll start with a welcome back. Thank you very much for returning, if you are a returning viewer. We do like that. If you're not, then welcome in. Strange you want to pick up as your first episode, go back and check the rest out. Michigan was harder than it should have been. I made a lot of mistakes. I got too confident. Being a somewhat experienced runner, but never running a hard mode, yeah, mistakes were made. But I think we've sort of got that together now in Alaska. Things are running a little bit smoother. Not a lot of it, but a little bit. I think we're getting through this quicker, much quicker than I anticipated. Once we've done the logs though, we do still have pretty much all the little map contests and stuff to do, so we do have that. And I think there's one of them that I'm just going to fail on continuously. Come on, Derry. Can I was hoping to winch onto that one and then maybe break it. It's not going to budge, is it? Let's think. Let us think. Let's take that one. The last day or two, I've been playing for myself a fair bit of old school Mudrunner as well, which is a lot of fun. Come on. Yeah, the next load we might take a different route, I think. We did, yeah, so we have got plenty of fuel, haven't we? Just to make sure, because it's going to be Winch City down here. You know, one of the downsides to the Derry is the turn and circle on it, and obviously once we're pretty deep in mud, that turn and circle, like, exacerbates greatly. Let's go full Spider-Man. There we are. You know, it'd be nice if we could, because these are going to take a long time. We're on the logs, but these are going to take a long time. It'd be nice if we could get both long log deliveries done today. Just depends on how long it takes to get through here. I'm not sure if the Longhorn would take my Naughty River route. I just don't think it would be up for it. That might help, mine. Everything else is always on. Let's stick it in low plus. Just keep powering. That's what we'll have to go for. Just double check that is the one I want, innit? You are the one I want. There we go. But I hope you're all well. Hope you're enjoying the runner content being back up and going. I'm certainly enjoying doing it again. Absolutely love this game. Really looking forward to seeing what Roadcraft brings us in the future as well. That game was so fun. What are we on? What are we on here? So that little cluster in front, I think it might be. And since I've been having fun with Mudrunner, I was wondering if we should maybe do a little retro thing, whether a retro stream or just pop them out as and when I can for some Mudrunner action, or even spin tyres. Let's go real old school. Let's go with the original. I have managed to source myself a copy of Spin Tyres because I'd never played Spin Tyres before. Mudrunner was my first one. And I think not long after, obviously, Mudrunner came, I think they removed Spin Tyres from a lot of storefronts. This is basically the same game, slightly improved, better engine and upgrades and stuff like that. I'm not sure about the full story. I just think the dev team took over and under the wing and grew and improved, and I think that's when it fell under Focus Entertainment as well as Saber Interactive. So sort of Spin Tyres became Mudrunner. Like I say, I've sourced myself a copy, and I had a little whirl on it the other day. It plays different. Obviously, it looks completely different. The camera was a little bit awkward, bit something I struggled to get used to, but what little I did have time to have a play on, I enjoyed. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see some spin tires or some mud runner here. Different challenges. There's a lot of login. It was all login based back then. A few other little tasks, but like 90% log deliveries, opening up garages and hitting watchtowers and then delivering your log points. Knew I was going to hit it. Still kept going. So, first lot of long logs in the bag. And we're getting the long logs done, and then if the Royal struggles to pull our medium log trailer, we can stick the derry on it. Because we know the derry will do it. It'll just be a bit slower, I think. And if that is the case, if the Royal does really struggle, then perhaps when we move into the other maps, we'll set the derry up to, not the derry, set the Royal up to trying to think if I could see. This is the route I like to go down here, but I'm just not confident on hard mode that it's going to go as well as it does when I normally do it. Terrain and stuff doesn't make any difference in hard mode, but it hasn't been all that friendly to me lately. We'll go right. But you just cannot break those trees, or that one big tree. You just cannot break that down. You should be able to come out at it with a chainsaw. See, now I think something I'm looking forward to seeing on Roadcraft, like where can we go with that? Because obviously we could have a job of a lot of log running and going through the trees and stuff like that, clearing your path as you go with the tree harvester and the forwarders and the trailers, and it could be interesting. A lot of potential with that game, a lot of potential. And I've started to watch a few of the other guys that made content on the demo. You know, they have communities that are obviously bigger than mine and more into the game than mine, and you know they're worrying about fuel and damage and stuff like that. But I'm noticing a lot of the creators actually have a similar sort of look at it as I do, that there's going to be so much more going on in game, so many more other things to worry about and have to manage, that you're not going to miss the fuel management and you're not really going to miss the damage. The game isn't going to play the same as previous titles. It really isn't. Like that part of it isn't what Roadcraft is focusing on. It's focusing on getting the fleet together, using different machinery to complete different tasks, having those in place, clearing your way, and still having to deal with, you know, tough terrains. And I think once a few more people can get their head around that, I think we'll be fine. I think I was watching some Nathan Province the other day, and he was saying, like, it would have been good if someone from Saber or someone from Focus came out, and instead of putting posts in forums and social media posts and stuff like that, come out, put a video on like the Focus and the Saber YouTube channels, and come out and said like, this is why we've done it, this is what the game is, and maybe a better explanation. So I think sometimes you just hear people say, oh, it's not SnowRunner 2, but you'll still get a lot of the community that still think it's SnowRunner 2, or still think it's part of the MudRunner series, and people don't go to forums. It's no good putting something on the Focus First forum or something like that, because people don't go there. A lot of gamers don't use forums anymore. It's social media, it's YouTube, maybe Twitter, but then not everyone has Twitter. But if you know, put a video out there, or reach out to someone like SD1 or a Tribe Called Cars. These creators with a large community based around this, and look, just put the video out through them. That makes sense. Just to say, this is what the game is. This is what you can expect. This is what we've done. It would have been a nice diary vlog type thing. If they could have done something like that, that would have been cool. Just going to get some more fuel. That is something that I'm liking about the new NASCAR game. The guys that are making the new NASCAR game, they're doing a developer's diary. I think we've had 4 now. And we got an introduction to them. Like the new guys that have took over, which are the iRacing team. Obviously, NASCAR on iRacing is phenomenal. So this is going to be their first, what they consider a console-based NASCAR game. A little bit like the Heat series and stuff like that. But a lot of these guys have come from Dirt to Daytona and those the really early NASCAR games, and then they work for iRacing now. So they've got pedigree with that, and they're showing, you know, this is what is the game, this is what we're doing, this is what we're focused on, this is why we're doing this, and why we're adding that, and maybe why we're not doing this. If we could get more developers to be transparent, and I think that's what's important at the minute, or some of that's missing that's important in game at the minute, is the transparency from developers and publishers. They just like to dupe us into everything. You know, with games that we get early access, and games that have demos go out, and games that have the showcase early access stuff for large content creators, and they get to play and they do it, and then on release, like microtransactions get shoehorned in and they later get added in. Or there was that whole, was it back in 2K, NBA 2K 20 or 21, when they secretly tried to add real world adverts, unskippable real world adverts, into NBA 2K. I'm sure that was in like 2020, 2021. Second little logs. Yeah, which was a terrible idea. So everyone was trapped at home, and then they couldn't even get past the real world adverts in their video game, which had nothing to do with the video game. They were like real world adverts for like MetaQuest and Walmart and stuff like that, which is insane. And then 2K tried to say, oh, that was an accident, they weren't supposed to be there, but if it's there, it's coded in. You've coded it, it doesn't just happen by accident. And you added it in afterwards. People deep dived and pulled it to bits and found it. But yeah, if we could get some transparency, that would be awesome. Obviously it's a bit late now for Roadcraft, it comes out in a month, but for future games, for future developers, that's definitely what I'd like to see more of. Fed up with being duped into buying games, or even, like, you can't even trust reviews a lot of the time, just because they get the games for free, a lot of them, especially if you're a big reviewer. That's why demo access is really cool, because us little guys get to, us teeny tiny guys like me, get to make reviews, and they're completely honest because we've got nothing to lose, we're not tied into it. But yeah, if you're a content creator that's pretty much living off early access to games, and that's a big part of what you do, you're going to be nice to developers, and you're going to be nice to publishers, because as soon as you're not, you're blacklisted and you don't get no more free content. And when people like rave over someone's review or says, you know, XYZ says this is good or that's bad or this is the reasons why and stuff like, reviews are just opinions. Like, everyone's opinion is different and based off something else. Things that I love about games, others hate. Things I hate about games, others love. Things that I care about, no one else cares about. Things that other people care about, I don't. And it's going to be like that for everyone. And people just put so much weight into one or two people's voices. And oh, but that's because they've got a big audience, or that's their job. They're a professional. They're professional salesmen is what they are. They are a professional salesman. A bit of a con artist. They are trying to make money for themselves by helping someone else make some money for themselves. It's not quite snake oil, but it's not far short. That's why whenever I do my little FS mod reviews, they're always positive. I always try and find positive things to say about the models and the things I look at. And if I do look at something, or I'm fortunate enough to get early access to something, and there's something about it that doesn't work, or isn't quite right, I don't showcase the mod. I'll let the modder know, and wait either for an update for it, or, you know, if they're not interested in updating it, then it's up to them to put it out and, you know, maybe face the backlash of it. I can't fix it. But I try not to shine a bad light on things. So if there's mods out there sometimes maybe, and you'll think, oh, why didn't he do that? Or why hasn't he shown us this X, Y, and Z? It's probably because there's something slightly off with it. Especially if it's maybe something that has come from a regular modder that lets me have early access to stuff. Because I won't put them in a bad light. I'm not going to crap on people. Yeah, I think this way was definitely easier than coming the other way. I'm going to look to try and get 2 or 3 episodes recorded today as well. So by episode 3, you might find that I sit here quite quietly, because I've got all my ramblings and my rants and my chat out of the way. I'm not sure. I think at the port we can get long logs, but I don't think Pedro Bay or Mountain River has long logs. So if anyone else wants long logs, we're going to have to get them from here as well, I believe. Don't quote me on it, not 100%, but I think that's what we're going to have to do. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I might even check that, and then we might just continue to long log while we're set up for it. See what needs to go where. So if we jump in the map, so it's long logs to Mountain River, long logs to Northport, and long logs to Pedro Bay. But if you go to Mountain River, I'm not sure if there is a logging yard here, is there? Don't think there is. So if we... Is this one? So we might just take 2 long logs to the sawmill. I think we might as well just crack on with it. That's what I'm thinking. And then work on all the mediums. Saves me trying to move the fuel about as well, because I've got the fuel set up for returns to the long log station. Rather than go map by map or job by job. We'll do the long logs. We'll get paid the same at the end, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. I'll be pleased not to have to dredge down this bit for a bit anyway. Coming in and out of the map, that might reset some of the mud for us when we do have to do mediums around here. We've proper churned it up. Go on, get you round. Beautiful stuff. Now you can, if you want, just hop straight across there, winch yourself through, but I just think we get buried in the snow too early. That's the sort of luck I have, so we're not doing that. Do you get some fuel fighting with the mud, though? Get through some fuel, I should say. Fighting with the mud. So 370 litre tank, and we emptied half on it. On that little run. It's not even a big run. So we'll have some more, please. Let's go back to low plus. All that gear shifting. Another 150. Grab a thumbnail. We'll head on out. Down to Mountain River. Tell you what, being able to take out stumps is going to be glorious as well. They've been such a nightmare for the past 5 years. Getting on roadcraft and grinding them bad boys out. Just completely clearing out all the trees. But that's what we'll have to do on a map. Just for fun. Just clear all the trees. Revenge. Burn through fuel so quick. I should imagine we'll have emptied this trailer next time we stop by. I would high gear, but that's slower, and I think I'd just slide about as well. How much fuel have we got in this one? If any. It might be empty by now. Oh, it's loads. Loads of fuel. Got to collect all that up. Apologies if you can hear any banging in the background. I think my washing machine and tumble dryer are about to take off. Because they are right below me. Ooh. Feels a lifetime ago that we rescued the dairy from... Was it the dairy down there? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? With a cat? A lifetime ago. Was probably about a year, so... It's been slow progress, and I do apologise. We've just had a hell of a 12 months, and just balancing everything has been really quite challenging. It's getting dark, this is hot on. Hot on, baby! How much fuel have we got in this one? A fair bit still as well. So we'll take that around and we'll probably empty those scout trailers into that when we move out of White Valley. Just hop straight in. Nice and easy, this delivery. Just whip around and go get another one. Simple as. Ooh. Naughty. Oh, and again. Everything's gone well, so the tiniest stones are going to give us a flat tire, I reckon. Because they can. And again, straight on with it. No messing about. I need to try and remember to call a time at around about 6 instead of 7. Although I think that would only make the episode about 10 minutes longer. It was nice to have that slightly longer daylight session at the beginning though. So yeah, by doing it this way, I think the next sensible delivery for me anyway would be long logs into Pedro Bay. I'm sure there's some long logs that need to go in there. So look at the difference in fuel usage. Not having to go via the mud. We've hardly touched it. It's so draining on the fuel. Be nice if we can get this delivery completed all the way there before 6 o'clock. No. No, that didn't work. I was just trying to think how much money we probably are saving by not pulling a truck through, or by not fitting the crane, the log loader crane, on another truck as well. Because I think that's probably about £5 as well. And if you look at it, I'm pretty sure it's like £3, maybe more, to pull a decent sized truck through. We're not going to spend 8,000 on logs, even if we do all of them. 2, 4. So I think 2, 4, 6, 8. Even if it's 20, right? It's still only what, £3 that we're paying to auto load. If we auto load all of our logs. And this job's going to pay us 16 grand. This job's going to pay us 5. So timber. So that's one less than I thought that might be. That's only 2. So it's even less. Like, it seems more viable to auto load logs than it do to buy the crane. The crane costs more. I mean, we already have a crane, so I guess that expense has already been done. But if I'd have thought about it in Michigan, although I think we paid for loading for our long logs there as well. I think it was only our mediums we did. Sometimes we'll do it. I think there's more login-centric maps. I'm sure Wisconsin might be one. And I think one of the Canadian maps might be sort of log-centric. So on one of those ones, we'll try and do all the loading with a crane. But it's been a long time. I'd just like to get off the base 3 maps, please. And then if we have somewhere where it's only just a few log deliveries, we'll auto them as well. So it just seems to actually make sense. So I think in the long run as well, I'll use less fuel because I won't have a truck running to do it. I mean, it'll only be a few litres, but a few litres is a few litres. Alright, let's go through. Right, let's get to the bottom of the hill, and then we'll check the time. I should imagine it's about 4 or 5. We'll check the time now, it's 3. Loads of time. We can get these dropped off, and we might even make it part way back for loading up the logs for Pedro. Pedro? Is that you, Pedro? Always struck me as an unusual name for an Alaskan bay. Pedro. A name that I'd associate more with South America. Or Latin America. Not the Arctic tundra. Right, so next up on the jobby list. Northport. Far, far, far away. Except that one. And it's just one log and one medium log to there. Is it literally just one medium log? It is one medium log, okay. No gear plus uphill. If not, we'll just start doing that. Constantly changing gear. Now, at the minute, these are releasing twice a week. If I can get enough of these recorded in advance, I might try and release them 3 a week, just to really push on. Depends on how many I can get on the schedule. Have lots of things going on at the minute, so it's just balancing that as well. Like I said, I've decided that farming's going to go out once a week, so twice a week for here wouldn't be all that bad, but we'll see. Yeah, actually, I think two will be fine for a while, because it'll be a farm sim, 2 SnowRunners, and an ETS. That's 5 videos a week. I think that'll be fine. I don't want to overload it again. And then I've got, depending on which week it is, 2 or 3 videos going out on Mr. Farquhar Adventures. Massive thanks to those that have gone over and enjoyed the content. If you enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. The same as here as well, actually, you guys. If you enjoy the SnowRunner, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe if you're new. Leave me a comment. It lets me know. It lets me know that you're enjoying it. It lets the algorithm know that you're enjoying it. Helps to push it to other people. But yeah, the support on the new channel has been quite nice. It's going to be a slow grind over there. I'm not expecting that to blow up or anything. But it's just somewhere that I can play out my adventure games and share with those that are interested in it. And as I keep saying, and I will keep saying, if you are not interested in it, you do not need to go over there and subscribe. It just hurts the channel. Stick with the trucking. If you like the trucking and the farming and the sim stuff, stick with it. I personally like a bit of everything. I've even... I waste so much of my time. Because I can't always record because the boys are about or whatever, the house is noisy. I play other games. Started playing, it's a free-to-play MMO type thing. Path of Exiles. It's been out for ages, never played it. I thought I'd give that a crack. Why not? I think there's probably a pretty good story to it, but it's just something to just go around and hack and slash and smash up. Which is sometimes nice to do. In the same way that I like to just sit there and, like I say, play Mudrunner and play the older ones every now and then. Just something else a bit different. Keeps me somewhat in practice for when I do the recordings for SnowRunner, playing the older games. Plus, I do have multiple saves of SnowRunner on the go on other platforms. Like I say, we have the console save that I talk about a lot, and I do have another save on here on my Epic storefront game, and I do sometimes play my Steam version now. Finally booted up the Steam version, just so I can get some of the achievements on it. People will see my Steam profile, and I play SnowRunner, and I talk about SnowRunner, and I always say I've been playing it a lot, and then they'll look, he's only ever played about an hour of it, what's he on about? But that's not the one that I record on. We were talking about it in the Discord the other week. I think it's about 1,200 hours I've spent on SnowRunner across multiple platforms. Fair few. Not as much as some. I mean, the top boys, I mean, they've got probably hundreds of thousands of hours or something insane. The people that are like dedicated to just SnowRunner content, I should imagine they have some crazy hours. It's all they play, it's all they stream. They do all the tutorials and the comparisons and stuff. I was going to do some truck guides. I started to record some like beta footage, some B-roll of trucks and stuff doing different tasks. And I thought, you know what, I need to just crack on and do the game first. Crack on and do the game. Because until I've played with more of the vehicles anyway, how can I compare them? How can I compare this to even another Derry when I haven't even ever used the other Derrys, like the ones, is it Ontario, where you do the water, fireman stuff? So I need to use more of them, because if not, it's just bland basic info that's being shared. Right, so where are we for time? It is on the dot, so that's where we're going to end it. We're doing 6 till 6, it seems, but I'm fine with that. As long as it's like a day cycle and it's not weird that we start in the middle of the night or something. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed it. We've got a lot of logging to do. Hopefully we can get Pedro Bay done. We'll check to see. I'm sure we can get long logs out of the logging station at the port. If we can't, we'll take long logs into the port, and then we'll get started on medium logs, and we'll try and finish up here in White Valley. Then we'll move to the mountain, river, Pedro Bay, and then tidy up in the port. Obviously, that's about 5 or 6 episodes there. And then we'll have to probably spend a couple of episodes going out, or a couple of days going out and trying to complete the tasks, which have sort of eluded me a little bit, which is frustrating, because I've never had trouble with them apart from one, which is hitting the flagpoles in Mountain River. It's just such a chore. I always flip my truck. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But hopefully you've enjoyed this one. If you have, like I say, give it a big fat thumbs up down below. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn the bell notification on. Find out when new videos are going live. As always, comments and feedback down there. You guys have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.